Hello and welcome to the first OCVarsity Gridiron show of the 2015 season. I am your host, Jonathan Khamis with the Orange County Register, joined by our football experts, Steve Fryer on my right. Steve?
Hello, how you doing?
Fine, thank you. And Dan Albano. Dan?
It's great to be back. Let's play some football.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, we'll cover football at least. We don't want to play, not with these old bones. All right, Edison versus Tesoro. This is probably our game of the week, fellas. This is going to be a clash of two teams in the county that are really highly regarded. We're not going to give away our top 10 as of yet on this show, but Edison and Tesoro are some of the best county teams we have. Edison finished 7-4 last year, Tesoro 9-3. The last time these two teams faced was in 2011 when Tesoro beat Edison 16-14 in the first round of the playoffs. Steve, we talked to Coach White, coaching everybody behind us. They have a young defense. Tesoro has an excellent senior quarterback. How do you see this one working out?
Well, I think that senior quarterback Tesoro, he's sort of the key to this game in terms of, how many points that Tesoro can score. And that's the guy that Edison's got to focus on because he can move around pretty good, man. I'll tell you what, he's really going to test you. Coach White's going to talk to you about discipline and everybody playing assignment football. That's what you got to do.
I really like a receiver at Tesoro as well. Carter Jennison is their senior go-to receiver, but they have some other good receivers. So it's going to be a big test, and Tesoro's really stepping up their schedule as well. I mean, next week they play Mater Dei, and Edison next week they play Buena Park.
Yeah, we love the teams with the tough non-league schedules, guys. All right, we spoke to the Chargers earlier today, including Joel Steele, who's wearing a very familiar number here at Edison.
All right, so Jordan Zomalt, one of our top athletes that have came to this school. Went to UCLA, played very good ball there, and now he's playing at the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's just a great athlete himself, one of my close friends, known him for a long time, so.
I think the biggest challenges Tesoro's bringing us is their quarterback with his run game. He's a great player and he's done a lot of good things for their team, and I think trying to keep him contained is going to be our toughest thing.
It feels good to finally have it be game week. You work all spring, all summer. You're in a lot of passing tournaments and stuff like that. But when real football comes around, it's exciting, and we have a really good one against Tesoro this week, so it'll be fun.
I think it's a great idea to prepare us for a league and when we play a couple Trinity teams in Servite and Mater Dei. So it's all basically preparation to try to win league and win some playoff games. So I'm excited to play them first game.
Yeah, they got a great team, great coaches, and their quarterbacks lights out. So, but our kids are excited. I asked them, before I signed them, hey, do you want to play Tesoro? Yeah. Do you want to replay Servite? Yeah. So, the seniors wanted to play the toughest they could play this year because we feel like we're a good team and it's only going to make us better for league.
Our thanks to Edison for hosting us here on the first Gridiron show of the new year, but we have some other games to talk about, including La Habra visiting El Toro. These two teams have had quite the number of battles over the last couple of years, guys, including some classic playoff matchups. In fact, the last game went to El Toro. That was a 51-35 victory in Week 0. So here we are again, two teams playing again in Week 0. Steve, Eric Barrier of La Habra, also an elite quarterback in the county. How do you see this one shaking up?
Well, it's very interesting how La Habra is going to come out. They lost in the first round of the playoffs last year. Boy, that's kind of an unusual deal. They might have, if you're looking at some of the better public schools in Orange County, two of them, one of them's right here, Edison, playing Tesoro, another one of the better public schools. Some people are saying La Habra might be as good as any public school out there, and Mitch Viejo's in that argument as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how La Habra comes out. Also a great linebacker / running back, Jay Colacion. He's pretty good too as well.
I think it's an interesting game to see, like Steve said, La Habra. I'm interested about El Toro too. I talked to Coach Mike. He's actually the stepfather of Coach Frith. So he's a really veteran guy, and so there's a lot of continuity that's going to help El Toro in this transition. But they're going to look different. They're not going to be throwing it 90% of the time anymore.
I miss those days already.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to keep some decent stats on El Toro,
and I won't be sore the next day.
Yeah, DeWitt Wilson's going to be the quarterback this year. They're going to be more balanced. Actually, Steve should remember that name. DeWitt Wilson's also a very good basketball player. They got a really good receiver back in Colin Kentros. Linebacker Dylan Sherman, I think, is a sleeper, one of the better linebackers in the county. Right. He was a part of that El Toro defense that did a number on Los Al in the first round of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So El Toro had a great playoff run last year, and there's a couple running backs linebackers, guys like DeMarlo Cubbins and Adrian Morrow, a transfer from Beckman. So they're going to be more of a maybe 60-40 kind of ratio. So I think this is going to be a good game. I think maybe people are maybe looking past El Toro a little bit, but I know people aren't looking past La Habra. They're going to be good.
What a stark contrast to see El Toro do what they have to do this year. Okay, final game to talk about this week, gentlemen, is Bishop Amat. They are at Mater Dei. Common thread here with both these teams. They both lost to the Pac-5 champion last year, Centennial of Corona. Mater Dei, another year, another rebuild. Well, not really rebuild. They just reload.
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty cool storylines coming up with this one, fellas. Both teams are ranked in the top 10 in the state. Bishop Amat is number 4 in the state in the preseason rankings by Cal High Sports. Mater Dei is number 8, so a lot of interesting things going on there. Both should score a lot of points, but, little question marks on defensive line for both teams. And Amat's also comes in with a couple injuries, some key guys, too, here and there. So that's going to be a very interesting game at Santa Ana Bowl on Friday night.
Dan, your take?
Well, we actually got the word earlier today that Matt McDonald Jr. is going to be the starter. But Coach Rollinson said that the freshman, who they really like, is going to play. That's that they expect him to play on Friday night, though there's no real set to his schedule. So it's going to be they're a little bit different. Daniels has got a great arm. He really throws it well. He throws it a little bit better than McDonald does. McDonald's got more experience, and he runs it pretty well. They were actually doing, at the scrimmage against Fountain Valley, Mater Dei was doing some zone read, a little bit different stuff, and McDonald's was the one doing that. So, the big test for Mater Dei, Bishop Amat's got these two outstanding USC commit receivers, Tyler Vaughns, Trevor Sidney. I mean, this is going to be a big test for the Mater Dei secondary. Guys like Jalen Cole, Quentin Lake are the two corners, and then the safety, Roman Kafintis, is a transfer from Tesoro. He played really well in the scrimmage against Fountain Valley, 2 interceptions. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a big test for Mater Dei, who usually starts the season so well, but this is going to be a tough one.
So what I'm getting is a lot of talent out on the field out there in Santa Ana at the Bowl. Well, our thanks to Dan Albano. That is Steve Fryer. This is only week 0 of many, many more weeks to come here on the OCVarsity Gridiron Show. Thanks to both guys. I'm Jonathan Khamis, and for all your latest football information, check out OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.